And could you please start the session by introducing what is this UPSC CMS examination all about?
Okay, so hi everyone. So UPSC CMS basically is UPSC Combined Medical Service Examination. It is actually for giving the job to the MBBS graduates or if postgraduates also. So, but basically it is the best job if you only have done MBBS. So it is directly a job. It will not be future study or further study. It will directly grant you a job, which is will grant you with a 1 lakh plus salary. So for the MBBS graduates, this is the best job to apply for.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, who all can apply for this examination?
Okay, all the final year students who have recently appeared in the final year examination or they are about to give their examination or those who have passed their final year MBBS and entered in the internship or currently the intern batch or the post intern all can apply for this examination. So there is a confusion among the students like they have not completed their final year, so they are eligible or not. Actually, while filling the form, they give you an option that you have finished your and that final year MBBS or you have appeared or MBBS because they grant an opportunity for the final year students also to appear for this exam. And if you clear this exam, then they provide you extra 6 months to show off your degree, which you will be definitely completing within a 6 month period. So you all can appear, and the FMG students also for this exam. The exam NCI exam, then also they can appear because they will get a period of around 8 to 9 months to finish that NCI degree, and if they pass, so they can get the job easily.
Ma'am, how to apply for UPSC CMS examination?
Recently, the form has been released and it is up to the August 27 July. So you can apply on the upsc.nic.in or upsc.gov.in.com. So there you can fill up the form and the procedure is very easy. Only your address, name, your education qualification like final year pass or appearing and your photo and ID. That's all needed. No degree is needed at present to upload on that form.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, suppose when people select center, for example, you have done your MBBS in Bhopal. So, if you select Bhopal as a center in the form, is it sure that you will get the same center for the examination?
Actually, the center gives 99% chances that you get the same center which you opt for because it is not held in every city. Like if we talk about the Madhya Pradesh, then only Bhopal is the center for that examination. So it becomes a higher chances to get that center only because they provide the ample amount of seats in those centers so that every student of the MP can accommodate in that center. So not to worry about that center you will get or not.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is the syllabus for UPSC CMS examination?
Your MBBS pre-final and the final year subjects are only asked, like if we talk at PSN, ANT, OPTA, and all the final year subjects. The first year and the second year subjects are not asked. If they are asked like the pharma questions, then they are asked in the form of the case scenario of the medicine. Like the medicine case scenario will be given and you would be asked the treatment. So you can take that as a pharma question also as a medicine question also. But basically, it will have 99.99% GF and the final year subjects only.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when you will get admit card? Means suppose today I apply for the examination. After what time
Look,
we will get the admit
this
card?
year you have the examination on 21st November. So 2 to 3 weeks prior, you are going to get your admit card.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this examination consists of two parts. Can you please explain us what is part one theory exam, what is part two theory exam?
Actually, on the 21st November, your examination is going to be held in the two parts, part 1 and part 2. And it will be a 2 hour session with a 2 hour gap in between both the examination. Your examination will start at 9:30. So, in the part 1, they are going to ask you the medicine part and the pediatrics. Medicine are going to be the 96 questions and the pediatrics are going to be the 24 questions. and they are defining the syllabus that only the medicine and pedia will be asked. But pedia comprises of vaccine and also in part 1 they ask the PSM also in the form of the vaccine questions. So only the medicine and the pedia will be in the part 1. Then your exam part 1 will be finished around 11:30. Then you having a 2 hour gap in between for the lunch. Then your session will start again from 2 to 4. Paper 2 will be having that. And in that, the rest subjects like obs-gynae, PSM, surgery, derma, psychiatry, ortho, and ophtha, these AND, these questions will be covered in the part 2. What we have to keep in mind that suppose the paper one happened and they have asked the 2-3 questions regarding surgery in the part 1 also they can ask. Basically they have the division in both the papers, but it happens that they ask the paper 2 questions in paper 1 also, and in my time that the paper 1 3 to 5 questions were repeated in the paper 2 only. So if you have appeared for the paper 1 and you are having a gap of for 2 hours, then you should look at those questions which you are unable to do in the paper 1, because there are highest probability that those questions of the paper 1 can also appear in the paper 2.
Okay. Ma'am, what is the marking scheme, marking pattern for theory examination?
So we have total 500 marks paper, which will be divided in the 250 marks each, paper 1 and paper 2, and both paper 1 and paper 2 would be comprising of 120 questions each. So 120 questions for 250 marks. So approx 2.08 marks for each question, and you will be having minus 1 by 2 negative marking for each question. So you can divide according to that. And the 100 question will be for the personality test. So overall your marks will be come out of 600. So minimum you would be needing around 350 to be eligible to get the seat.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, all questions will be multiple choice questions only?
No, there will be multiple choice question, but in a different format. Like 50% questions are going to be the one-liners, then 25% questions are going to be the case scenario, and 25% are going to be the multiple correct answer like A, B, C are correct or A, B. This type of pattern questions will be there. So 50% only single answer, 25 multiple A, B, C type, and 25% will be the case scenario.
Ma'am, if a student wants to practice these old papers or this CMS related pattern questions, from what place they can gather these questions?
The last 5 year papers with your answer key have provided in my Telegram group named CMS 2021, or they can directly check on the website. It's available free of cost on the website also, and you don't have to go for the any extra material for the preparation from any coaching institute like from the DAMS, Bhatia, DVM, Marrow, Prep Ladder, from any coaching institute. If you are preparing, then the Q bank is more than enough to practice the MCQs. And for the specific this purpose, you can practice the last 5 year papers, which will be available on my Telegram or the UPSC website.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, out of all the members who gave theory examination, how many people will be called for interview?
They thrice the number of seats they provide every year would be called for the interview. Suppose like this year we have the total number of seats 834 vacancy we have, so thrice the number like 2514 candidates would be invited for the interview. So every year they call thrice the number for the interview.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is it necessary that after a theory examination, everyone who is called has to go and attend the interview? Suppose somebody is not interested to go for further step. So, is it okay?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Ma'am, if somebody gave this examination for as a practice test, and that person does not want to go for that interview, that will not. There is no issue.
No, it's not an issue. It's your choice. If you appear and you clear the written examination and you are called for an interview, if you didn't want to go for the interview, then that's not an issue. Next year also, if you want to appear, you can appear. There is no such cancellation of the candidature. So that's not an issue. If you want to leave in between, you can.
Ma'am, what is the examination fees?
Examination fees is 200 rupees, but it is only for the boys of the general and the OBC category. For all the category females, it is free of cost, and for all the SC, ST, and physically handicapped quotas, for them also the examination fee is free.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, suppose if a person wants to do a PG, means suppose he joins CMS and now he is thinking that he should do his post graduation. Then he can leave UPSC CMS. Will they allow you?
First of all, if I talk about this year, we have in the November UPSC CMS paper. And your NEET PG date for this year has come, which is on 11 September. So, if you appear for the PG right now and you will get your result, after that only you are going to have your UPSC CMS paper. Now, UPSC CMS paper will be in November, then the interview will be around approx 2 to 3 months after that, and it would take around 20 days for the result, and after that they will provide you 6 months for the document verification. So there is enough ample amount of time for appearing for the next year PG also without losing this job. So the people are confused whether they should appear or not. Would it handle the NEET PG? So without even losing this job also, you have an opportunity to appear twice for this examination. And if you get suppose selected in the UPSC CMS and your job has been started, then you want to appear for the NEET PG. Yes, you can appear for the NEET PG, and you can leave your job at any time you want. You just have to give them a 1 month prior notice, which we usually do when we join any medical officer, like in the in the medical colleges, we join a JR post. And for that also we have to give a 1 month prior notice that we want to leave that job after 1 month. So it's that scenario is same in this job also. You just have to provide a 1 month prior notice. You don't have to submit any kind of salary or any kind of penalty and all. You will be free for this job, and you can appear for this examination in future again also. So there is a no risk of any kind, whether in terms of monetization or in the terms of, for the future appearing exam, or you would be allowed for the NEET teacher or not. There is no such scenario in this case. Only it is for the railways. If your railway job has started, you have to complete that job for at least 1 year. Otherwise, there is a penalty. You have to submit all the salary which you will be getting for the 1 year to them back.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, our junior batches from 2018, they will have to face this next two thing. So, will the next pattern or the next examination will cause any changes in the conduction of UPSC CMS as they are asking? Means they have to give next. So through next they can go to CMS, because next is they are thinking to give all the pre-PG entrances and all medical examinations under one umbrella. Next. So when next will be conducted in this country, what will happen to UPSC CMS?
UPSC CRS is never going to merge with the next examination, because next examination will conduct the future post-graduate degree examination, and it is a job examination, not a post-graduate degree examination. So it is going to be held separately, and it is not at all going to match. And the syllabus is also going to be the same, and the pattern is also going to be the same.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what all cadres can a person join after clearing this interview? Means where in what places you can get job?
When you appear for the written examination, if you clear the written examination, you would given an opportunity to fill a detailed application form. So in that, you have to mention your choices about the cadres and about the city preferences. So the cadre which you choose the top, and if you get a rank on which you can get that cadre, so according to your choices, the cadre has been allotted, not according to their choices. So you have to fill the four cadres this time. There are total 4 cadres been allowed for this. Ordinance factor has not been included. Actually, what happens is, according to the vacancy, cadre seats been released every year. So there's no vacancy in the ordinance factory, but we have enough vacancy in the CGHS cadre, in the railway cadre, then the third is the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, and fourth is the New Delhi Municipal Corporation. So total 4 cadres are there, and in the terms of cities, they are going to ask you the preferable zone from your side. Like they are going to ask you which zone you want to be posted. They are not going to ask directly the city or the state. They are going to ask you in terms of the zone. So you have to give your choices. Then according to the merit basis, you are allotted that zone or the cadre which you choose.
Yes, ma'am. So anyone from the audience want to ask any question from ma'am? You are free to ask. Ma'am, people are asking about salary as you have told earlier. It is around 1 lakh rupees, I think, what you have told.
Actually, salary also varies according to the place you have been posted. Like if you are posted in the 3 tier cities, the metro cities, then your salary would be higher as compared to the 1 tier or the 2 tier cities. So, and that salary in the 3 tier cities that I talk about a Delhi, then your salary would be 1,04,000 rupees. But that's the salary you will get. But if you have a car in your on your name, then extra 7,000 would be added. And if you have postgraduate, then 2,500 would be added in your salary. So salary of different people varies on the term of the allowances. On the terms of car allowance, on the postgraduate degrees, and that Delhi and that 2 tier, 1 tier city salary varies on the terms of the accommodation allowances. Like for the Delhi or the metro cities, your accommodation allowances would be getting higher, around the 25,000 and all. But if you are in a 1 tier city, then you would be getting that around 7 to 8,000 rupees. So salary varies from where you are posted.
Ma'am, people are asking that what will be the duty hours time? Means how many hours you have to work?
UD hours also vary according to the cadres which you have posted. So you can check my YouTube channel, Dr. Diksha Agarwal. There I have explained all the 4 cadres in detail and their duty hours also in detail. But on an average, if you want, then CGHS cadre we have duty hours around 9 to 1, and for the railway it is 9 to 5, and for the MCD it is 9 to 3, and for the ordinance also it is 9 to 5.
Ma'am, Vartika has asked that apart from medical subjects, any other subject like law or something also need to be studied?
No, no, only the subjects which I have told you earlier will be asked. No general question or any other question are going to be asked. Only your medical questions related to the pre-final and final subject would be asked, nothing else.
Yes, ma'am. You need not to study general knowledge also.
Yeah, no.
Yes, ma'am. Paradox has asked about DNB seats reservation in railways.
DNB reservations are only there in the railway cadre. So if you while filling the if you allotted an railway cadre or while filling that DEF or after getting that railway seat, you can apply for that DNB quota seats. But you can only apply if you have served for at least 1 to 2 years. Then while filling the NEET PG form, you are asked for the sponsorship quotas, or while doing the counseling of the DNB, you would be asked that whether you are of the railway data or not. That time you can use this quota, not immediately after getting selected. You have to serve at least for 1 to 2 years to use that.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, any take-home message you want to give to the audience?
Uh, I just want to say that please appear for this examination. It is not going to cost you anything, and the benefit of this is like this year you have to have your AIMS examination this month only. Then your NEET examination is going to be in the September. That means you are going to have your NEET result around in the October or in the November starting. So if by chance you are not selected, you are not getting your dream branch, then you would have an opportunity to appear for this examination on the 21st November. So for wasting your instead of wasting your 1 year of precious 1 year, you can do the side by job and prepare for this examination instead of sitting at home. Because there is no work hectic, you would get ample amount of time to prepare. And if you get a CGHS cadre, it's only a 9 to 1 job. Then the whole day is yours and you have a weekend off. So appear for this examination, and it is not that costly, or it is not going to cost you in any way in terms of that you are not appearing, you cannot appear for the NEET, or you cannot leave that job in between. There is no foundation. So appear for this examination without any doubts.
Ma'am, Hemant Mannan has asked that he is a foreign medical graduate who is recently graduated. Am I eligible to write the exam? I will write
Yes.
FMG exam in the December, ma'am.
That FMG student with not even clear the examination can appear for this examination, because while filling this UPSC form, you are not been asked for any degrees. You are just asked one question, that you have passed the final year or you are in the final year. That's it. No degrees are needed while filling the form. And while the interview also, if you are unable to show any documents to them, then also they provide you a 6 months time to show. And if you are that you have to pass your MCI during your examination, or you have to complete your internship, then also they provide you time to complete it, then join the job. So you are eligible.
Ma'am, can we go to AFMC via UPSC CMS as asked by Paradox?
No. The 4 cadres which I have mentioned, you can go only in that.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if I apply this year and I got any problem and not attended interview, can I apply next year? This is asked by someone.
Even if you are doing this job at present, then also you can apply for this examination during that job also. There is no restriction or foundation in any terms.
Any attempt limit, ma'am?
Attempt limit are actually in the terms of age limit. Like if you are completing the 32 years, or if you have completed the 32 years, then you are not eligible. And if you are 35 years, then you are eligible only for the CGHS cadre. And for the age relaxation is there for the different quotas. So in terms of the age, you have that foundation.
How to prepare for the interview? Ajit is asking.
I have separately posted an video regarding the preparation for the interview on the YouTube. And in short, if I need to tell you, then you have to be thorough with your notes of the final year subjects, because the faculty would be sitting there of gynae, surgery, medicine. Mainly these three will be there, and fourth can be pedia or ortho. So they would ask their subjects in detail. From your notes only, all your questions would be covered. Like they would provide you a case scenario. Suppose a patient comes with this complaint, then what would you make diagnosis? Then what differential diagnosis would you make? And what all practical examinations we have done. So they would ask you that, have you seen any case during your internship? What have you done during your internship? Or if you have a gap after the internship, what you are doing in that? So these type of questions would be there, and that would be an IS officer. He would be asking you from which city or from which state you are, or why you want to get this job, and why you want to do PG after that. So these type of questions would be there. And of every subject, what questions would be there, I have uploaded on the YouTube channel, so you can check on that.
Ma'am, will they give paid leave for PG if we get PG seat after doing some years of joining?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Ma'am, if somebody joins the job and after few years of job, he means want to pursue PG, then will he get paid leave as asked by medical student? No.
See, if you are not getting a paid leave also, then you are getting you are doing a PG degree, then you would be getting your salary from that institute. So they would not give you a paid leave, they would give you a non-paid leave that, okay, they would provide you a 3-year time to complete your PG degree. So the salary you would be getting is from the postgraduate institute, from wherever, whichever institute you would be pursuing your PG degree, but they would be giving a seniority. Like if you if you are going to get your promotion after 5 years, and if you go for the 3 year for the PG course, then that 3 year PG time would be calculated in your seniority, and so they will provide you the benefit in terms of seniority, not in terms of the salary.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what preparation tips you want to give to final year students who are currently in final year MBBS?
You just focus on your final year subjects and appear for this examination, because you would be having few points. You would be remembering your pre-final subjects, PSM and all, and you would be thorough with your final year subjects during that time. So it would be a best opportunity for the final year students or the interns to crack this exam as compared to the post intern or and postgraduate exam, because you would be thorough with your the syllabus which is been asked in this exam.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Can someone run their own practice along with the job, as asked by Manvi?
You cannot do private practice in this job. In any cadre, you are not allowed. You just have, it's a government job, so they would cancel your degree and all if they find out that you have been practicing outside. Yeah, once you are retired from this job, then you can do your private practice. But instead of a private practice, you can do any other kind of things. Like if you would love teaching, then you can do a teaching or any other hobby or anything. You can do extracurricular activities other than the private practice.
Okay. So thank you, ma'am. It was a nice discussion.
Okay,
So if
thank you.
someone asks any new question, I will ping you and I will ask you for the same.
Okay.